on today's episode of Python Papi, we're back inside our smart contracts project. Let's have a look at what we're going to be going over today. Today we're going to dive back into our Web3Py favorites module. So let's pick up what we left off from yesterday. Yesterday, the last thing we went over was the UV Viper. Actually adding that package to our actual script so we can use it as a package and not just a command line tool. So we're going to pick up what we left off. So the next step we'll take is to run the UV sync command in our terminal to sync our dependencies. This will ensure that our dependencies are up to date and that we have access to the Viper package. After we run the UV sync command, we'll be able to use the Viper package inside of our script as well as about our environment. Now we can import compile code from the Viper package and use it inside of our script. This will look like this, like I showed you yesterday. From Viper, import compile code. Next, we'll be using the compile code function to compile our favorites code. This will look like this: compile code, favorites code, output formats equals bytecode. Now we ran into an error along the way where we realized we had to add the ABI. That's why you don't see it here. This is the initial note-taking process. So we didn't realize till later on that we had to add the ABI. That's why it's not here. Now with this, we'll get the hex code that we got when we compiled our favorites.vy file in the terminal. Next, we'll want to save this code to a variable so we can use it later on in our script. This will look like this. So we have compilation details equals compile code, favorites code, output formats, bytecode. Now let's actually go back over to our contract to have a look at it so we can go back over it again so I can show you what it looks like from yesterday. And again, it does look a little bit different. Remember, we added the ABI, like I said, because we ran into an error along the way and we realized we had to add the ABI so we can actually get the contract to compile properly. This is where we added the Viper package, and from the Viper package, we imported the compile code function, which we used here. And notice that we're compiling this code here and configuring the favorites code and not the favorites.vy. Remember, we gave the favorites.vy file a name of favorite file, and then we actually stored that favorites file.read, which read the entire favorites.vy which we call a file, into this favorites code variable here. So this favorites code variable has everything that the favorites.vy file has, and that's what we're going to be compiling here. So basically, that's where we're at with it. Everything is up to date. Like I said, we're going to go over this contract line by line, piece by piece. So stay tuned for that. But of course, I will keep you posted every step of the way. For now, this is the Python Papi. You guys stay Gucci.